Okay guys, here's what we're making today. The Federica by Shambala patterns. Sammy, you outdid yourself. I love this bag. So there is a twist lock closure, and under here there is a slip pocket. A good sized slip pocket right in here. In the back, there's another slip pocket with a magnetic snap. And on the inside, there is a zipper pocket and a slip pocket and a pen pocket and plenty of room. Now there are D-rings for crossbody straps, so I probably will add a crossbody strap. This is a gorgeous pattern. Oh my gosh, I love it. Look at that. Just think of the possibilities, the contrasting fabrics. And look how Thor did the top stitching. It's perfect. Go get the pattern and let's get started. The Federica by Shambala. Good morning, everyone. This is Barbie with Jeannie's Designs. Welcome to my channel. In the previous clip, you'll see what we're making today, but this is it, the Federica by Shambala. This pattern has been out since January, and it is a very cute bag. It's kind of like a bag I would carry. It's kind of it's not a medium and it's not a small, it's somewhere in between. And I think she calls it an intermediate. Finished size is 8.5, about 8.5 high, 11.5 wide, and 3.5 deep. Very cute. So that's what we're making today. I'm making it out of this Tulip Bee walnut faux. It's very nice. This is what I'm using for my straps. And then for the accent pieces, I'm using this really pretty, this is from, I want to say this is from Bodio. I'll have to go look for sure, but look at these two together. Very pretty. And then for the lining, I'm just using some bonded luxe nylon. And this is from, I believe this is from Wonderground. No, this is from Fabric Therapy. Fabric Therapy. I've had it for a long time, so I'm doing my best to try and use up what I have. Some days I'm successful and some days I'm not, so we'll see. All right, let's get started on the Federica by Sammy Valencia from Shambala. All right, so I'm going to start with my 2 shoulder straps, and you can make a crossbody strap for this as well, which I might, but I think it's really a good shoulder bag. Now, I made my shoulder straps 27 inches. So a little wider, or longer, I should say, than what she calls for. I think she says 24, but she says do what you want too. And then I am also making it an inch strap rather than a 3/4 inch strap. Now, I haven't sewn with this Tulip Bee vinyl yet. I'm pretty excited. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous color. And if you aren't familiar with Annette, she is one of our substitute moderators. She's done it for me once when I was in a pinch, but she does it a lot for Keziah. So just FYI, she just started her brand new business, the Tulip Bee. I'll link it in the pattern. I mean, in the description below. Quality stuff. This is, I'm pretty sure this is the walnut. It's just gorgeous. A gorgeous color. All right, so I will do these straps on fast forward. I am using kind of a seafoam thread, Tex 70, and a 18 gauge needle, just for some contrast. right, so I did my strap, and I'm going to tell on myself right here, which you can hardly see. I forgot to thread my machine. I had wound a bobbin, and I left it over in the bobbin winder. But it sewed this far with what thread I had in there. Hilarious. Now I am just adding my strap ends. So these are just shoulder straps. There's not any swivel clasp, unless I decide to do a crossbody. These are 1 inch. Oh dear, there it went. 1 inch strap ends. I sell on my website in antique brass. Okay. I'm gonna have to go fishing for that screw. Very bad. Okay, let me go find it. All right, so I finished my straps, and I marked where I want my rivets to go, and I just used my little rivet template from Jolie Lee Creations. Leslie at Jolie Lee. I've used this so much. I'll link it in the description hopefully I remember. But Jolie Lee Creations rivet guide or rivet template. So those are ready. I'm gonna put those over here. Now take one of your exterior pocket exteriors and linings. On one of them, I put my tag. You can put it wherever you'd like, but that's where I put mine. And then we're gonna put right sides together. And if you're using prong magnetic snaps, insert it, or at least mark it now, because it's gonna go right here on one side. On the other side is just a slip pocket, so it's totally up to you. This side is gonna be my front, so this is where my twist lock is gonna go. So let me think about this, hold on. All right, so I did go get my twist lock, and I'm just using one of my antique brass twist locks. They're really very substantial and very nice. And so I marked from the pattern piece where that goes, and I did make my slits. You don't want to install it until you have this sewn together. And then I did use a piece of Decaville Heavy for stabilizer. So let's sew this together across the top. All right, she gives you the seam allowances in the beginning, unless otherwise marked. Beautiful. All right, now we're going to fold that over and top stitch. Now, if you're using materials that you could iron, I definitely would do that. I'm not, so I really can't iron. It'd be nice to have vinyls that you could iron, wouldn't it? Never happening, I don't think. This blue is from Bolt's fabric, not Bodio. And I've had it for quite some time. I don't even know if they do their thing anymore. You have to buy it on an online. It's not really an auction, but it's an online sale. They do have nice stuff, I will say. It takes a while to get it. At least it did. I don't know. I haven't done it. It's probably been, oh gosh, over a year at least. All right, now I did make my slits, so I'm going to go ahead and install this part of my twist lock. You don't have a lot of room here, so that's why I had to cut that off. And then I am going to put a piece of fleece covering that. Just like I did on my tag down here, just covering that so I don't have to worry about it going through my lining piece over time. Okay. Cute, cute, cute. All right, so there is that front pocket. Very nice. Next step. All right, so next is our strap connector. So this is one long piece that we're going to cut eventually into 4 pieces. And we're just folding that into the center. The raw edge will be on the inside. All right, so from your pattern piece that is the exterior main panel top, mark where your straps go. So we're going to attach these straps right side up. I know it feels weird, but trust the process. So right side up on both of your exterior tops. And we're going to baste those in place. She does it differently. You know, a lot of people would say, oh, I'll just do it my way. But we're going to baste all 4 of those in place. The other thing you want to do is this is a drop-in bag. So I will be finishing it over on Thor. But mark where your drop line is, and I just went ahead and put a piece of tape there. And I'm just stitching all the way across. It's just easier than cutting your thread 4 times. Okay, let's do this other one. Both of these vinyls sew beautifully. So this is from Bolt's Bags. I think that's the name of it. And then Tulip Bee. Gorgeous. All right, next step. All right, now take your exterior main panel bottom, which is your lining piece, and we're going to attach those right sides together on both. And we're going to stitch those together at the seam allowance in the pattern. One reason she does it this way, I believe, is to decrease the bulk here. And I think it's actually pretty smart. I mean, most machines, most industrial machines, you could go over it, but why struggle? If you don't have to. That's what I say. Okay, now let's fold that over. And we're going to top stitch, let's see, on the lining with your strap pieces going up towards the top. That seam is underneath here. I'm just going to chain stitch this, I believe. Why not? Okay, beautiful. So that's what you should have. You should have 2 of those pieces. Absolutely love it. All right, next step. All right, so I'm using foam for my stabilizer, and I am just attaching it with double-side tape. Basting spray does not work very good on this Luxe nylon, so it probably would work great on this vinyl, but it's just not worth it, the struggle. So I'm just using 3 pieces of 1 inch. And I'm going to attach it. Let me get this out of the way. It's kind of out of my seam allowances. I'm not too worried about it being out of my seam allowance. I do not want it coming up here because I don't want it to be in my drop-in seam. Okay, beautiful. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to add our gate rings. And I am going to need some rivets. Let me get those out. So, you don't have to use gate rings. I think it's easier in the long run. So gate rings are just ones that you can take on and off things like this. I do sell these on my website in black matte and this antique brass. They're just stunning. So take your little strap connectors, put a little piece of tape there, put your gate ring on, and we're gonna fold that down as far as we can get it so it's nice and flat. Just like that. So easy. it really does help decrease the bulk. So I actually really like it. Some people would say, oh, it's just an extra step, but I like it. So that's what you have. So we'll do that with the other two gate rings. So you'll notice the tape is on the front. Put your gate rings on. And you could take them off. They don't have to be on because they're gate rings, but you could take them off and put them back on if you want. These are going to be riveted on. That's how they're going to stay on, obviously. They have to stay on somehow. But we're going to put 2 rivets on. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to mark for my rivets, and I'm just going to use this little marking tool for my rivets this time. Let me see. Yeah. Perfect. So 2 rivets. And I'm going to take this over to my rivet press to do the holes rather than struggle with my hole punch. So that's where my 2 rivets are going to go. One there and there and there and there. Trying to make sure I get them on there nice and even. Okay, be right back. All right, so I have 2 rivets on each. I just haven't pressed these yet, but I do put them all the way through the foam, which really helps stabilize them a little bit more. So I just did these. I have a cam press that is set up with a die for cutting my rivet holes. So I just leave it up there like that all the time. And I heard a rivet fall on the floor. It's okay, I'll get it here in a minute. Okay, and then I'll go press these. Perfect. All right, so take your front panel that you made, and we're attaching that right on top of where our rivets and our gate rings are. And we're gonna baste that all the way around, 1/8 of an inch. Perfect. All right, now we're gonna make our back. I am using a rivet magnetic snap on the back one, so I'm not worried about, I did mark where it goes, but I'm not, if you're not using a rivet one, make sure you put it on, or at least you don't need to put it on now, but mark where it goes. And do your holes. I think it's easier to do it now. Okay, let's do the back. Right sides together. And there is a slight curve to these pockets, just FYI. And then fold those over and top stitch. And if you have another tag or something you want to put on here, you could. I could put it, it's a beautiful thing, but I'm going to see what color I have that would be good. Okay, let's top stitch, and we'll add our part of our snap. All right, let's put our snap here. And this is the male portion of the snap. And I can go, I'm going to go through both since I'm using a rivet. Okay, and I'm going to add just a little piece of stabilizer. So the male portion goes in the back here, and the button for the magnetic snap goes on the front, just like that. I'll go press that and find maybe another tag. All right, so from the pattern piece, she tells you where to put the female portion of your snap. So now I have both my snaps on. Let's just make sure it fits. Oh my gosh, it's perfect. And we're gonna just baste that all the way around, just like we did the other side. So I used fusible fleece for my flap, and you can do raw edge with vinyl if you choose to, but then I feel like I would need to edge coat, and I don't want to do that. So I put mine to right sides together, and I'm just going to do a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Note that one piece of your flap is bigger than the other. It's longer, and that is intentional. And I'm going to sew it from this side. Now we're going to top stitch. Just going to clip it. good. Now, let's see. Do I want it to be this? Or do I want it to be this? My gusset is going to be the brown. I think I want it to be this for contrast. Let me think about it. Yeah, I want it to be the brown. So I'm going to top stitch from the brown. Let's make sure I have enough bobbin. Yeah, we've got enough for this. All right, let's top stitch. Yeah. Go slow. Very visible since I'm using a contrasting thread. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. Okay. Beautiful. All right, now we are going to add our twist lock, other part of our twist lock. So let me get my materials. All right, I decided, I marked where my other part of my twist lock is gonna go, but I'm gonna wait to put it together until I get it on, just so I know it's in the right spot. So we do have excess here. Put a piece of double-sided tape there, and we're gonna fold that excess down. Okay, just like that. All right, much better. So take your back, where you have your magnetic snap. Mark your center, mark your line, and we're gonna put this on the wrong side of your flap. And then we're gonna do 2 rows of stitches. So I moved my tape from the right side to the wrong side. I still have my center marked here. This makes so much more sense, yeah. All right, let's make sure we're even. on both sides. It looks even, but oh my gosh, it's perfect. Okay, good. Now we're gonna do 2 rows of stitches there. Okay, I feel better about that. One at 1/8 and then 1 at 1/4, just on your flap. And I am back stitching. Don't go off your flap if you can help it. Okay, and then 1 more row, 1/8 from that. Perfect. Now we are going to add a rivet between those 2 lines of stitching. If you have any little threads, just burn those. If you have any marking, get that off. You don't want that to be permanent. Oh my gosh, that's perfect. Now, I am going to put a rivet there and a rivet there, but I'm going to use my tiny dome rivets. Basically because I just want it to be small. I don't need those big, my big rivets there. So I'm going to put one here and here between my rows of stitching. Let's see if I can get this on here. Perfect. Be careful not to go through your stitching. It's a challenge. I didn't do a very good job of staying out of that, but I think I'll be fine. Oops, that's the wrong side. All right, let me get my tools. I have an extra lollipop here just in case. Just in case I need it. Right. Gonna be a little noise. Perfect. Perfect. All right. Now, let me get rid of this and let's move to the next step. All right, so now we're ready for our gusset. You have two pieces. The wider portion is the top. So you have a narrow portion and a wide portion. The wide portion is the top. Mark your location for your fold down for your drop-in lining, and I added a piece of tape. Then we're going to put these right sides together and we're going to stitch across the bottom. And pay attention to the seam allowance. It's a little different. Okay. All right, then I am gonna put some tape here to fold this over and then add my foam. Because I want this to be sewn through my foam. Oh dear, it's stuck to my finger. Okay, let me grab my foam. Here it is. And this is my center. And I just am going to make sure that my foam is below. Oh, you know what I did on this? I'm going to have to go cut a new piece of foam. Because I did it with the narrow part here. Yeah, I'm gonna go cut a new piece of foam. So I cut my new piece of foam, and obviously I cut it out of my top fold over. Now I'm gonna stitch across each side of my bottom seam, and then I am gonna baste my foam in place. All right, take your back piece. I'm sorry, your front piece. Take your front piece that has your twist lock in it, and put that with the center of your gusset, right sides together. And let's clip that in place. If I can find my centers. And then pull that to the top, and then we'll clip the rest in place. And we may have to clip the corners, we'll see. I don't know yet. It doesn't appear that we do. Shocking. I love it. Oh my. No, not on this side. Let's see what the other side does. Oops. That clip bit the dust. Is that a glitter clip? No, it is not a glitter clip, but it broke. Okay, let's do the other side up here. And I'll do this on fast forward. And then we're going to sew that all the way around at the seam allowance in the pattern. These are clips that Terry left. They're really wide. I kind of like them. I've never seen them before. Thanks, Terry. All right, here we go. Let's repeat with this other side, the front side. All right, let's turn it right side out, and then we'll add our twist lock. I don't know if you noticed, but I did not do piping. I decided that these two colors together were perfect by themselves. So I didn't do any piping. I like the piping that she puts on her bags, though. I will say that. And it's not hard to do. Let me see if I got any puckers. I don't think I did. Oh my gosh, you guys. You know what I'm going to say? This might be my new bag. Not one pucker. Not one pucker. Now, my machine can go through the foam and all these layers. If yours can't, make sure you leave your foam or whatever interfacing you're using outside of your seam allowance. Oh my gosh, isn't this adorable? I gotta get a little thread here. There we go. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, that's gonna be perfect, I think. Actually, I'm gonna pull it down a little. Let's see. Yeah. Look at that, guys. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Wow. All right, I'm gonna move this down a little more because I feel like I want to have as much room here. So now I'm gonna do this. Let me get all my tools. All right, so I cut my hole, and it takes a little finagling, and it looks really good, actually. It doesn't look pretty when you look at it this way, but here it's perfect in every way. So I'm going to add a little dab of glue. If I can get it out of here. It's this Loctite. I mean, ever so slightly, and I'm going to actually add it. Yeah. Oh, see, it comes out. I'm not even pushing it. Let me get some of that off of there. Yeah. It's a dangerous glue, I'm telling you, because it comes out so fast. There we go. I mean, ever so slight. You don't need much. And now I'm gonna put this back. Grab my back and my screws. I never used to use glue or any kind of Loctite, but I have one of I don't know where that screw went. I'll have to find it. One came loose. Now, was it a user error? I don't know. It was a friend, so it probably was a user error. Let me find that screw. You can't overfill these bags. These locks just won't sustain. Oh, somebody's at our door. Tony?
Hey, Mom? Yes. Yeah, come in there. You can cut right through. You're okay. You got a dog, she's nice.
All right, right, let's take our lining contrast bands and we're going to add those to our lining pieces. And actually, I'm going to center these. Always center your pieces. It just helps in the long run. I have been trying to do it at the cutting table, but I didn't get it done today. Or yesterday when I actually cut this out. So, I'll do it now. Okay. So the longer side goes on the top of your lining piece. And we're going to sew that together at the seam allowance in the pattern on both pieces. And then we're going to fold it over the seam we create behind here and top stitch. You know, there are some patterns that you're like, now why did I not make this yet? It's a very cute pattern. Turn it over, and we're going to top stitch on the lining piece with that seam we just created down below. Okay, and we're going to repeat this on the other lining piece. I can't believe I haven't run out of bobbin yet. Okay, same thing. Beautiful. Now we are going to add our zipper pocket and our slip pocket. Let me get my materials. So I have my zipper overlay, which that's what I'm doing. I'm going to stitch around that. I did add It's a Beautiful Thing tag on there. I love these. These templates are from So Yours. I'm going to go ahead and change my bobbin. I'm very close and it's just not worth it. So let's change my bobbin. I am doing a regular slip pocket with just some trim as well. Okay, I'm going to stitch around the outside And I'm going to increase my stitch length just a little bit. There we go. I'll pull those threads to the back. I didn't pull it. Alright, let's pull those to the back. I normally pull one, but I didn't get it done, and that's okay. There we go. Okay, see how uneven those threads are? So let's even them up. It just makes it 100% easier to tie the knots. Sorry. So pretty. All right, let's trim the inside away. And then we'll get our zipper going. I got my tape really close to that. I don't know why I did that. Let's see. There we go. Let's get rid of that. Better. I can just use that piece of tape for adding my zipper now. Again, this part does not need to be pretty at all, as you can see. It's not gonna be. And this is a little too close here. Okay. So see how unpretty that is? Looks gorgeous from this side. All right, let me grab my zipper. All right, I'm gonna do my zipper just like I always do. So even though I've got one piece, we'll cut it in half eventually. But the zipper pocket is right side up and my zipper is right side up. I'm basting my zipper on. I'm going to fold that over and top stitch my zipper nice and flat. And then I'm going to bring that other side up and repeat those steps. I am going to, remember this is a drop-in lining, so we don't leave this pocket open in any way. But in order to do my method, I have to base that down. So you know what, I'm just going to take my zipper off. That's what I'll do. I'll just take my zipper pull off and do it. Then I'll put it back on. All right, let's put our zipper back on, our pull. Okay. I think that's even. Let's see. Pretty good. Okay. Now, my zipper pull is going this way. Actually, I'm going to pull it off so my zipper is flat. There we go. Sorry, guys. It's always something. And then we'll put it back on. All right. Perfect. No, I don't like it. It's uneven, so let me get it on there. All right, so I got my zipper pull on very even, and I'm gonna, with my zipper pull going to the left, I fold it like this, and I'm gonna cut it in two so that I can go all the way around my zipper opening in my zipper overlay. I find it's just so much easier to do it this way than to worry about doing the top, then doing the bottom. I just think it's hard to get that to look good, personally. But you do you. So I'm gonna put, and if you'll notice, this top piece is about 1 inch longer than the bottom, and that's what you want. So I'm just getting that nice and even in my opening. Beautiful. Now I'm going to sew around that, and I'm going to pull my thread to the back. My zipper pocket is splayed open flat. And I'm going to pull that to the back so I don't have to worry about it. There we go. even those stitches up and tie them off. That looks so good. Now, we don't need this to stay open, so we're gonna pull that zipper pocket down and we're gonna sew on all three sides, the sides and the bottom. And then we're gonna cut off our excess zipper. Trim off your excess zipper, and then we will burn the ends of our zipper. Perfect. All right, now let's do our slip pocket. So I folded mine right sides together, and I'm just gonna stitch down the sides. I'm going to trim the bottom corner here. Turn it right side out. We will baste that top raw edge closed and then add our trim. Now this is this nylon and it doesn't iron, so I'm just going to clip it so it stays nice and flat. Okay, now we're going to stitch just a basting stitch across that raw edge. Grab your trim piece. So this is a 1-inch piece, so I divided down the middle. And I'm gonna add that just shy of that middle line. And fold it over and top stitch. And then we'll cut off the excess. just want to make sure that you caught the back of your trim, which we did. If you don't, it's not the end of the world. Just put another row of stitches there. It happens. And then trim off any excess without cutting your pocket. Beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Now I'm going to find my center and just give that a little mark. And then we're going to stitch. Let me just mark it this way. Around the sides and the bottom. So I'm going to use two of my sew tights to keep this where I want it, since I do not want to put pins in here. Around the three sides. I'm debating whether I put a pin pocket. I don't really think it needs it. Let's think about it. How much room do we have? Be careful with these. They're very strong magnets. If you have a pacemaker, you shouldn't use them. They're very strong. All right, I am going to do a pin pocket, and I'm going to just go over 2 inches from my seam. It'll be a small-ish pin pocket because I want plenty of room for a cell phone there. Let's come up from the bottom. And I'm not even going to go back down on that one. I back stitched. It's very secure. I think it'll be fine. All right, so there we have our slip pocket. And our pen pocket. And our zipper pocket. Perfect. Next step. All right, we only have our crosswise strap connector, which is, this is one piece, but it's 2 of them. You have your top upper lining, and then you have your 2 lining pieces. So this one, we're gonna take the tape off, divided it down the middle, take the tape off, fold it into itself. And we're gonna stitch on down either side, and then we'll cut it in 2. And these are going to be attached exactly the same way as the outside pieces. Trying to decrease the bulk. Okay. I need to grab some 3/4 inch D-rings. Hold on. All right, so for your upper linings, measure where your crossbody strap goes. And also on the back, measure down for your drop-in lining and put a piece of tape. So these are gonna go the exact same way. We're gonna base them in place. And then we'll add our D-ring and tape them down. Chain stitching there. Okay. Now let's add a piece of double-sided tape. Right here. Remember, it's going to fold down behind our D-ring. And one of these seems longer, doesn't it? Let me see. It is a little bit longer. I'm going to trim that off just a hair. I want it to be the same. There we go. All right, add your D-ring. Oh, no, we got to add it. Hold on. We got to add it here. We got to do this first. So, again, the top of your lining is the narrower piece. Okay, so we're gonna add this to this, the narrower piece. The bottom, the top is the wider piece. I keep saying it wrong, I'm so sorry. The top is the wider piece, the narrow is the bottom. All right, so just like that, with your D-ring connector right in the middle there, and we're gonna sew that together at the seam allowance. Let's see. Yeah, it's a different seam allowance, so just be aware than it was for the outside. Okay, let's chain stitch that. Tony and I were just looking for dogs for somebody. I'm not going to say who it's for. Are you guys aware of how much dogs cost? I am horrified how much they cost. All right, so fold that over, and we're going to top stitch on the lining. Not for us. We don't need a dog. We got our sweet Jackie. I mean, it's feels like robbery. How much they cost for a puppy, any kind of puppy. I looked at all kinds, and I'm like, oh dear, that is craziness. So I know what this person's gonna do. Terrible. All there we have that. Let's grab your D-rings. Put your D-ring on. And this is for a crossbody strap, so I'm adding it whether I do a crossbody strap or not. I'm sure I will, you know me. And take that tape off and fold that down. Again, it's all about decreasing the bulk. And these are pretty small, so that's okay. We're only going to put one rivet on these instead of the two. Not sure why, but it works. Okay. Let's add a rivet. Now there is no interfacing here, so I am going to put a piece of interfacing. It's through 3 layers, but it's going to be a crossbody strap. So I want there to be plenty of stability. Okay. Just one little layer. This happens to be Lux Fuse that I grabbed. All right. So there you have it. I'll go press those. All right, so we're going to repeat what we did on the outside. So these 2 right sides together on the bottom, turn it and top stitch. Little different seam allowance here. If you've not tried a Shambala pattern, you should. They're just very nice patterns, really. All right, I'm going to do the same thing. I am going to put a piece of double-sided tape on both sides, just so I can flatten that seam out, and then I'll top stitch. Stitch that close, or not close, but top stitch. Beautiful. Next step. All right, we're not leaving any of this open, so because it's a drop-in lining. So mark your centers and clip it in place. We will start at the seam allowance that we did on the outside and then increase the seam allowance as we go past about the first inch or so. You do want to match this seam up. Let me get that really good. Your upper linings. Now remember, we didn't have to clip the outside. Let's see if we have to clip the inside lining. Again, I'm going to match this this seam. Yeah, it needs to be clipped just a little. Just a few little clips on the gusset. Didn't take many. All right, so we're gonna fold our lining. This is our lining. We're gonna fold that down to the line. Oh, and on our sides, I did put some tape to splay those sides open. So I am gonna do that as well. So I'll do this on fast forward. So you're just folding down to that line that you, from the pattern pieces. I did trim my lining just a little bit with pinking shears. This is probably why some people don't like drop-in linings. And you don't have to do all the taping. I personally just think it makes it easier as you get things folded nicely. But you certainly don't. You can just clip it Okay, let's fold it down. I probably will clip it too because I am going to move over to Thor. Let's see if I need it. To do all the top stitching. The nice thing about drop-ins, you only have to do one row across the top because you're just doing the top stitching. There's no connection stitching, if that makes sense. Okay. I am going to clip my corners here so they stay put. The rest of it is staying put pretty well. Okay. Let's repeat that on our exterior. Now this one, I did not do the corners, so we'll see the difference. All right, so let's drop our lining in. And I want my zipper pocket to be in the back. So we're just gonna match up the sides. It fits beautifully, actually. Just bend your D-rings out of the way. It fit, oh my gosh, you guys, it fits perfect. Beautiful. Let's go to Thor. All right, let's do it. I got Thor threaded. I'm going to start in the back here, and I am going to pull the threads to the back. Or to the inside, I should say. There we go. So I'm going to pull that thread to the inside. Okay. Okay. Let's pull this one to the inside. Even up our threads. Tie it off. Okay. That is it, guys. This is a cute bag. Oh no, we have to put the handles on. I thought we were done, darn it. Yeah, we just have to rivet the handles on. But look at this thing. Look at this. Look at that. Oh my gosh. right, let me get my handles. All right, when you put your handles on, just make sure you are not twisting them. So you can see this one, the strap end is on the inside. So this one is going to be on the inside as well. So I'm just putting my rivet through, up and through. And then I'll go press these. Before you press them, just double check that nothing, oh, I keep dropping my rivet button. Okay, so just like that. Isn't that cute? Let me go press. Here it is, the Federica by Shambala. This is an adorable bag. So on the back, you have a slip pocket with a magnetic snap. It's huge. It's the whole bottom of the bag. You have a twist lock closure. So your handle goes down, open your twist lock, and then you have another huge zipper slip pocket in the front. You have a zipper pocket or slip pocket in the zipper pocket in the back, and a slip pocket and a pen pocket on that side. And then look how much room there is. Oh my goodness. I love it. Now I made my handles 27 inches. Let's just see here. Yeah. It fits over the shoulder. I have chubby arms, so for most people it would fit fine. I would probably next time make them 29. 2 more inches. But look at that bag. Oh my gosh, it is so cute. And these materials are perfect. Oh my gosh, I love it. The blue and the brown, it is gorgeous. It's a beautiful thing. My tag's on the inside. And it's a really good size zipper pocket, actually. The Federica by Shambala. Thor did a great job top stitching. You can see the top stitching. Go get the pattern. I probably would put some Decaville. I only used self-adhesive fleece here, but I think next time I'm gonna use some Decaville and the fleece just to give it a little something. It looks fine, but I think I would give it a little something extra. Look at that. I love this bag. This has been out since the beginning of the year. I didn't even know it. The Federica by Shambala. Go get the pattern. You'll love it. Thanks for watching.